I look back at my life and wonder why I didn't take finances as seriously as I do now. I hated reading as a kid. My greatest life goal was to work a 9-to-5 job for 40 years and then hopefully retire with a modest income from a 401k, something that I didn't even really understand fully. Now, I read every single day, and my aspirations are to buy large multifamily commercial properties, pay them down, and invest the excess cash flow into venture capital. The Reagan 10 years ago, heck even 20 years ago, would never have believed that this is who I would be today. To get an understanding of why I thought the way I did, we need to go all the way back to elementary school. In the 5th grade, my class had a monthly auction. We would bring something in and people would bid for it with fake dollars that were given to us by the teacher. The goal was to get students to understand the value of money and how it is linked to buying wants and needs. After all, everything a kid had was bought by their parents. In one auction, there was some sort of baked treat a kid brought that everyone wanted. I looked at my pile of money and decided to try to bid for it. After a few minutes, I was no longer able to bid since I did not have enough. It was then and there that I had the idea to save all of my money and only spend it on things I really wanted. At the end of the year, we had one last auction. One kid brought in the most coveted item that had ever been in an auction, a Neopets handheld virtual electronic game, and also some candy. It looked like this. For a kid in the early 2000s, this was the coolest thing ever, a portable game to play anytime you wanted. Everyone raised their hand, including me. Then I phased out and thought about video games for about 5 minutes before the teacher called my name. I snapped out of my 10-year-old kid trance and asked what she wanted. She wanted to know if I wanted to buy the toy since my hand was still up. I just noticed this and asked what the bid price was. She said $1,000. To give context, everyone started out with around $100 at the beginning of the year. This was the most amount of money raised for any item in the entire year. It was more than anyone had in the class. I looked at my money and saw that I had more than $1,000. I gleefully said that I would buy the toy and handed the kid my money. I collected my precious prize and put it in my backpack for safekeeping. After class, I was immediately swarmed by kids who wanted to buy it from me. This event was the start of my understanding that it was always better to have as much money as possible so that when an opportunity comes around, I can jump on it. Unfortunately, this also reinforced the idea of working for money than hoarding it away. I would need to understand the value of letting my money work for me, but that would come much later. And no, I did not sell my toy to anyone. The money became worthless after that auction anyway, since it was the last day of school, something that I had already known.